So, first of all, we would like to have on our virtual stage and actually ask everyone is very welcome to turn on the cameras, by the way. Later on, we would like to ask all of you to turn it after we finish the first half an hour when we are asking some mentors and mentees to share their journey. But after the first half an hour, we would like all of you to join and we can see each other and we can actually start a more, how to say, interactive session where we're going to be asking a question and hopefully each of you can just share their thoughts. But for now, we'd like to start with Annabelle and Faye. Annabelle and Faye is actually one of the mentor-mentee pairs of this year, and we are very grateful that you would like to share some thoughts. Time is quite limited, so we are going to be giving you around like 2-3 minutes each to share your thoughts. So maybe if you want, you can unmute yourself. And let's start by just talking about your experience generally as mentor-mentee. And maybe Faye, we can start with you.
Hi guys. Sorry, just thrown under the bus there. Thanks, Katia. Yeah, no, I mean it's been great. I've been lucky enough to meet Annabelle personally. She flew over there to Melbourne from Sydney on her way over to Copenhagen. So we had a fantastic afternoon. I don't think we stopped talking for 4 hours non-stop. And for me personally, it's just been so good with Annabelle at the beginning of her journey, and just the enthusiasm she has not only for lighting but for life. She's just so excited about everything, and it gets me ridiculously excited, and then we just both end up talking over each other and messaging while we're actually on the and emailing while we're speaking all yeah. So for me personally, it's been great, and Annabelle's been supportive of a few changes in my life as well. So it's definitely a two-way street, I hope.
That's fantastic. Annabelle, what do you have to say about that? And maybe also we would like to know from you one thing that you would like to spotlight and share with the whole community here throughout this journey so far, the last 5 months.
Yeah, so I got partnered with Faye, and for me that was a fantastic match. So I think one of the highlights was that I said in my kind of interview when I applied that I would love to have some help networking and navigating the lighting world. And every time I've asked Faye for help or advice about anything, she knows someone to talk to. She links me in, and she's so open and supportive of me, which I think when you're new to an industry is something that is so important, so that you feel motivated to continue and to find your way. Whereas sometimes in a new place, people can say, oh, who are you? We don't care. But Faye for me has been like a really big supporter and advocate for me. And that's led me to a few really great opportunities already. So even though it's been 5 months and we've been online for most of it, I've been able to connect with people there's no way I would get to speak to without Faye. So I really appreciate it.
This is beautiful, beautiful to know. And that's also the pure purpose of this whole program. Of course, we are giving the opportunity to bring you together and connect you and build those partnerships. However, what we are expecting, and this is what we are getting as a feedback from the year one, is that those journeys really led to friendships and collaborations that can, be there throughout the whole journey, professional career. So we're really, really grateful, Annabelle and Faye, for sharing those thoughts. And I think it's also very interesting, the time zone. I don't know, like Faye, if you would like to add one point there in terms of how do you see like this global part of the community being able to connect no matter where we are and where Annabelle and you are. How have you been managing with the time zones and all of that? Do you want to just share some thoughts with us?
Well, I've just been following Annabelle around the world. So when we first met, we were both in Australia. I was in Melbourne and Annabelle was in Sydney. And then Annabelle moved back to Copenhagen, and I am back in the UK for a couple of weeks. So it's I'm just following her. So it's been fine. We've had I think we usually do about 7:30 at night, which worked well both when we were in Australia and when Annabelle moved. Annabelle's been really patient because I'm often running late, because also I've taken calls in the car, so I haven't necessarily been able to speak to her, see her, I mean. So no, it's been fine. I think the whole, you know, I hate to use the C word, but I think that's taught us a lot about being able to be flexible in ways that we communicate now.
This is also the period when the program launched, and actually the idea was born after a brainstorming meeting with Eve God, the co-founder of the program. So we are grateful for some things, right? I mean, we should be, you know, going with the flow and making the most out of it. Wonderful. Okay, I think the minutes are up for now, but of course you're very welcome to stay as much as you can, Faye and Annabelle. Especially we have like a question afterwards for everyone to answer. So yes, feel free to stay in on the virtual stage. Charlotte, should we proceed to the next one?
Yes, so we've now got Gary, who's the mentor with, we've got Swillow on the line as well. So it'd be great to hear from you both, just how your mentorship journey has gone to date, any kind of specific learnings you want to share with the group.
Swillow, where to even begin? It's been fantastic, really, getting to know Swillow. I think we had a few challenges in the beginning in terms of time frame and overlapping each other at a reasonable hour. And I can't say I overcame that particularly well. Swillow moved to Germany, which helped greatly with aligning with the London time zone. So that was a nice way to get that resolved. And I think although we did keep in quite regular touch to start with, I think it's been much easier once we're only a sort of slight offset apart, and we're speaking a lot more WhatsApp, email, Teams calls. You know, in any strand that's going, we found a way to keep. Oh, you know, have you seen this? Send a photo, or you know, here's a link, or this paper might be interesting. And you know, lots of any channel that's going, we found that really good. And I think, you know, I didn't necessarily set out with any expectations, good or bad, but the whole process for me has been really positive. Swillow's really quite inspiring to talk to when we have our chats. What she's setting out to do, the vision she's got is really quite lovely, and working through you know, what will hopefully one day turn into a small installation or lighting experience, I think is something really aspirational, and I think we can definitely make that work together. It's going to take longer than 6 months, but I see us having a, you know, an enduring relationship. It's not like, oh, scheme over, thanks, see you later. I think this is very much a long-term relationship, friendship, professional, whatever we want to call it. You know, I want to help you see this through to the end, really, because I think it's been fantastic. But I think what's nice is that there is a friendship that kind of underbodies it as well. Like we are, you know, we're talking about light, we're talking about professional things, but actually we talk about cycling and travel. You know, it spawns into so much more, and I think that's the real beauty of that. You know, we're all here because we love light and lighting, and we want to impart that knowledge and learn and share and everything, and that is happening. But underpinning that is a very real relationship that's really quite lovely to have found with Swillow, and you know, particularly with a few of the other people here as well, that, you know, we met at dark sessions or other events, or people that I've known from before and haven't, you know, maybe fell out of sync with slightly. But I think it's the foundation of a much bigger thing, and that's I think that can only be good in supporting Swillow and everybody else that's looking for that support.
Brilliant. And yeah, it's amazing how you connect in so many channels, like you said, events, WhatsApp groups, social media. It's, you know, the beauty of the community across the globe. So yeah, thank you for sharing.
I want to interfere on that and just add something on what Gary said, that, you know, Gary, once seal the word mentor, always seal the word mentor, is this type of mindset that we are creating like a bigger pool of people and experts and people that they are willing to be there for the future generation. So we have already this year, after the first year, two people that rejoined as mentors to support also not only four people actually, because we also have Marcy who is supporting Owen, which is an extra new thing this year from our partnership with the Lit Design Awards, and we have Astrid here. So what I wanted to mention there is that, you know, building a community of people who are there, and maybe like another mentee or a future winner or old winner might come to you, Gary, and say, I saw this, I saw that, like I would like to be connected with you. Can I? Because I'm part of the Silhouette Award. So we are envisioning like a place where everyone can really feel the supportive network. So thank you for bringing this element so we can.
We're all just a huge melting pot together. I think it's not in and out during the 6-month program. It's an ongoing thing, and I think what's nice is that you know, being able to pick up on stuff that I worked with people last year. You know, take inspiration from that, and I can see the parallels in what Swillow's trying to do there, and then being able to introduce it to somebody I used to work with who did a master's with a similar sort of thinking, and they've got a whole bunch of research there, and you realise that. Maybe you don't think you know a lot of people, but actually, you know, some of them are experienced of us, just have absorbed and collated more networking than we realize, and being able to offer that back is a really powerful thing to do.
Fabulous. And Leno, do you have anything to add? Any learnings over the past few months?
Yes, so I can agree more about what Gary said. I feel like I gained a lifetime mentor, and he's really supportive for all the challenges I face, especially like 2 months ago, I relocated to Germany, and we had a really great talks, discussion, everything. And I feel Gary, I learned so many things about he's passionate about what he's doing, and he's always willing to help people around him, and just so many great personality. I feel like if one day I become more mature or experienced in my professional field, I want to be someone like him. And that's a really inspiring relationship. Like I feel, and then also I want to think that my mentorship goal in the beginning was like I want to keep developing my lighting art journey, and Gary was really supportive to all my ideas, and we eventually about to narrow down from so many possibilities to one core concept, and we're still developing it, and it's kind of like summed up all the barriers I felt in the first few months, and yeah, I think it will be great that one day we can see the outcome and something happened in Berlin. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm very excited to see the outcome. I'm sure we all are. So definitely keep us posted on that. We're all excited to see what develops. So, who have we got next? So Claudia, we've got Claudia on the line.
So we have Claudia and Danai. I think that Claudia is actually on a meeting right now. I think she sent a message on WhatsApp that she's still on a Zoom call with a client, which is totally fine. But I think we do have Danai, and we also have Marcy and probably Owen. Marcy, can you confirm that if Owen is here with us? And we have also Paul and Valerie. So maybe we start with Paul and then we wait until, yeah, I think we do that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Can I see, where is Valerie?
I don't think she's here, Valeria. I don't think she's here.
Hi.
She is here. I was looking down. I was looking down the list. I couldn't see you.
I'm here.
Perfect. I guess that you don't have the
you're on the top bar.
You can't.
Yes, I'm here, but I don't know if you see myself.
We don't see you, no. It looks like you have your camera off, but it's totally fine. If you cannot connect, it's fine. But we can have your voice, which is great.
Okay, sorry.
I can see a blank square now where your face could be, but I can't see your face still. I know what she looks like, by the way, so that's fine.
Yes, I really want me to see myself. I've been having struggling with the connection. Sorry,
It's
but
okay. It's
okay.
totally fine. We can hear you clearly. So maybe we start with Paul. And Paul, well, I think, I mean, you have been a mentor throughout your whole career, really. Like we have discussed that before. So your experience in mentorship is really massive. And so we would like you to start by sharing a little bit in a general perspective your experience in this specific 5 months that we are going through, and then going in more detail with your relationship and collaboration with Valerie. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I have been quite close to mentorship for quite a long time, with the VSMA in particular. And I'm there next week in Berlin, seeing some people about assignments. And I've worked on people's theses before, and of course I've hired people and I've trained people, but this has been a very different experience for me, and a really positive one, I must point out. Um, you know, Working with somebody who's coming from a different market, we are one big holistic lighting family. But I mean, if I didn't realize how hard it was, again, going back 20 or 30 years when there wasn't a lot of lighting design to be had in the UK even, and you really had to fight for your work and for your wallet share. And now it's much more established, as we know. But in Costa Rica, it isn't. And I think that if the market was anywhere near as good there as it is here, then I think Valeria would be in charge of the whole market. I mean, she doesn't need a mentor. She needs an assistant, really. She's got so much going on. She's working in theatre design. She's working in residential design and F&B. She's teaching. She's taking on a lot, and really, I feel exhausted just talking to her and finding out what she was up to. We've kept to the program in terms of meeting up, and that hasn't been a chore, by the way. That's been an absolute pleasure for me. So every 3 or 4 weeks we would get together. I think we've had to cancel maybe twice through illness or because Valeria was just so busy. So I've made a matter of policy not to cancel because something else came up. I always try not to do that. But sometimes it does. And like I got pharyngitis last week when I came back from my holiday. So I was cancelling, but I hadn't seen back through my email that Valeria said, look, I've got to go and see these guys about this project, and they saw this and they really liked it, and I've got to go and talk to these students. Do you mind if we postpone by a couple of days, or in fact by a month, I think. So yeah, the only thing holding Valeria back really is a bit of access to the market. And I think that we set off well. I think it's important to set off well. Know where you want to go, what the journey is going to be like, and where you want to get to. And so, apart from the chit chat about what's the temperature like where you are, oh, it's sunny there, it's raining here, kind of thing. Small talk. We were very purposeful about the things that we talked about. We talked about values and the transformational effect that can have on a person and a business. And then the next time we met, she's done this massive mind map. I've only just shown her how, Miro works, and there's this mind map, and she's completely sorted her whole life, her whole professional life, according to the mind map. And she's just been a terrific model student as far as I'm concerned, and hopefully is getting something out of this as well.
Wow,
Thank you very
very inspiring. And actually, I'm not going to say anything else instead of Valeria. Would you like to tell us what you are getting out of this experience? Because it sounds really fascinating. Thank you.
Yes, yes, actually it is. I feel very, very inspired, of course, by Paul and with this journey, and this is because I love lighting. And when we start talking about, I felt at the beginning, of course, completely lost because our industry, our lighting industry here in Costa Rica, it's completely different as in England or in Europe. But when I start talking with Paul and I start asking him, how do you start? And he needed to start like 24 years ago to explaining me and to telling me all the history. And with that, I felt really, really inspired. And I said, okay, why not? Why not? I cannot develop my lighting career as a professional here in my country. So we have been working a lot with the values, and also we had a lot of small talk. Sometimes we don't have we cannot take the whole hour because we start talking about other things because okay, this is also we have been very cultural and we have been talking a lot, and yes, we have been very 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 I don't know, I've been very grateful with all this journey. Of course, the values, and of course, understanding how can I develop also myself and my business also here in Costa Rica, but understanding my core values. And that's how I created this all brainstorming, because I really needed to understand myself and how I see myself maybe in 5 years or 10 years, and what I really wanted to create. Because right now, as Paul said, I've been very activated with stage lighting design, teaching lighting, and right now I will show you I'm in the museum because I have to prepare an installation, lighting installation, and I was like, okay, I have to go. I was talking with the technicians, and I have to go because I have this special meeting. Because today I have to prepare all this lighting installation for this museum, in which I've been working a lot. And Paul had been very supportive to me because I sent him sketches, or I sent, oh, Paul, what do you think about this? And we will discuss this. And we have been working as with homeworks, something like that, when we start working about the values. So I really start talking and thinking about those values. So we created together, and it have been, I think that we have been working like a team working. So it have been very nice. I'm really proud for this. Thank you, Paul.
Same for me. It's been a great experience.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's not over.
This is beautiful. It's beautiful, and also it's one of the examples here of starting, because when Valeria, you submitted to apply for this program, you had some specific goals, let's say, and then this is how actually Paul was, and not only Paul, all the mentors, they reviewed all the applications and they voted for the top 20 people that they feel that they should be the winners for this year, and then of course they expressed their interest to be matched with 5 people, and then Paul didn't know with whom is going to be connected. And also this is a good moment to mention again from us, from the Silver Awards, that obviously we cannot really know exactly how those relationships are going to work. So when we are here and we're listening to you sharing those experiences, we're feeling really, really grateful that, you know, that was the right fit, let's say, you know. So thank you so much for sharing. That was beautiful and inspiring. And Charlotte, should we proceed with Danai?
I think we've got Owen on the line. We've got a couple of minutes.
Yes,
to
so
find.
Owen and Marcy. Yes.
Yes, that would be great to hear their thoughts. So I think we'll kick off with Owen, who's a mentee. I think you're just coming on the screen now. Hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hello. Do you want to share your thoughts, how you found the journey to date working with Marcy?
Yeah, definitely. So when I started with Marcy, I was an incoming junior at California College of the Arts in San Francisco. I majored in interior design, and I got this opportunity to work with her by attending this lighting design competition that I submitted from one of my projects. And when I first met Marcy, our end goal was definitely has always been about me trying to find an internship at the end of my junior year. And so our mentoring sessions has been like more of like a more organic style where I have this ton of questions about like the real life application of lighting design, and Marcy's just a designer like equipped with a ton of like knowledge. She never failed to answer even one of my questions. So out of this like whole mentorship session, I was able to gain so much knowledge about lighting and how to actually elaborate it on my school projects and on my portfolio. And today, here I am today doing my internship at Gensler, one of the biggest design company in the world. And I really, really have Marcy to thank because one of the skills that actually stood out to them was actually my lighting design skills, which I greatly picked up from Marcy within like all our sessions, and I couldn't have asked for a better mentor because she always made every session like informal. It feels like you're just comfortable. And on top of that, she also introduced me to some of her connections on like the different companies. So yeah, it truly has been an honor to be part of this mentorship, to get to know Marcy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and I'm completely blushing. Goodness. That is really great. Oh goodness. No, this year's been really fantastic. Some of you might know that this is my second time to be a mentor, and it's a wonderful outreach in the design community, and program for young designers. It's a you all know that how much it's been a kind of a learning experience for both mentor and mentee on how the profession has grown and developed over the years, how the industry, what's the industry facing these days, and what young and also seasoned design professionals are facing, whether it's professional growth, skills training, knowledge sharing, or gaining other skills, but and I think particularly during and after the pandemic, those personal experiences has raised a lot of existential questions, again, personal and professional, and sharing in a more kind of open conversation or a one-to-one dialogue is incredibly helpful, especially after years of isolation and emerging out of it. Owen, originally from Jakarta, Indonesia, now studying in the California College of Arts, and myself, Thai American background and being in the UK for almost 20 years. We, like many of you, are these kind of global citizens with different backgrounds and, kind of able to see through these different lenses. And so, design and light is that extra special shared interest and passion. Owen is super talented, enthusiastic about all things design. He's such a sponge for experiences, and his positive attitude lifts me up too, which reminds me to zoom out and just and not to be focused on just the woes of running a small studio, training our team, getting projects over the line, and deadlines, and client liaising and things like that. So it's been a joy every single time we've had conversations, because it really helps me get out of my own little bubble. So it's been fantastic, and I'm sure all of you have shared the same.
Likewise. Thank you.
Wonderful, and congratulations, Owen, on that. That's amazing. Oh, wonderful. So many.
On this one, I would like to add, like I mentioned that before, but I also see Astrid here in front in the camera. And Astrid is actually the responsible for the Lead Design Awards, which is our partner for this year. And we offered to the winners of the Lead Design Awards, the young designers of the emerging category, we offered the opportunity to be mentored from the network of the Silhouette Awards mentors. So that's why also Marcy and David Gilby is a part of it again this year. And Astrid, would you like to just share like very short 1 minute kind of perspective on the Silhouette Awards mentorship program and how you experience it from a perspective of being a supporter of it?
Hi, everyone. Can you see me? Am I now?
Yes.
On the screen? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's fantastic to see you. I mean, Marcy, we had a quick chat in London last November. And then when we've never met, but we exchange a lot of emails. So it's actually great to see that, I mean, we start from what process is like a 1-year process, and then the Silhouette Award is 6 months process. Actually, even more, because there's a recruitment process and then the bidding. So it's just fantastic that it's a 2 years, and then at the end the winners Owen managed to have a fantastic 6 months mentorship, probably made a lot of new friends, getting now a fantastic internship. So yeah, it's giving me goosebumps. I think that's really what we are all aiming for. Silhouette Award is bringing human and light and connection, and that's exactly what we need in the industry. So congratulations to Charlotte, Katja, and all the other supporters and founders. And very nice, Owen, to see that you managed to elevate yourself and give also a lot of motivation to Marcy. And it's just benefits. It's just fantastic.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Astrid. Thank you for mentioning that. Charlotte, I think, how are we the schedule? Because I think we have 2 more people to share, and then we're opening it to the general discussion for the last half an hour, right?
Yes.
How should we proceed? Because I still see Claudia not online, but that's fine. I think we have Danai and Anastasia who are supposed to share some thoughts. So Danai, would you like to take on the mic? Yeah?
Yes, of course. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Um,
Where are you? You're based in Sweden, correct? And your mentor, Claudia Paz, is based in Peru, right?
exactly. Yes.
Perfect. So would you like to share a few things about your journey and how it has been so far?
Sure. I'm so grateful for having Claudia as my mentor. It's been a great journey so far. I've been working a lot with residential lighting for the last couple of years, and since last year, where I did an installation in Copenhagen, I started getting interested in public lighting and more art installation in the public space. So I think Claudia was a very good person to come in contact with, because she's working a lot with art installations outdoors, and she has a great team working with her. So I have also had the chance to share discussions and information with some of her team members, and we've also shared information on the way that they work, so I can get inspired and see the whole process from the beginning to the end, how an installation can be delivered. Now we're preparing to do a public installation in Stockholm, but we're still in the middle stage of it. Let's say we have the concept. We are now discussing how we can make it work technically. And with some tests, I will try to propose it to the municipality there and see if we can make it happen. So that's exciting.
Wow, that's really amazing. And like coming out of the result of a Silhouette Award partnership sounds fantastic. Like we would love to be there to celebrate with both of you, the whole community there. Thank you, Danai. That's really inspiring. And
Thank you so much.
we will be waiting to see all the news, let's say, out of this. Yeah.
We will keep you updated.
Please, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Charlotte, should we proceed with Anastasia and then we go to the question?
Absolutely. So Anastasia, I think you can see you there on camera. Brilliant. So we've talked about journeys. Do you want to give us a bit of an insight into your journey and any key takeaways that you have or you want to share with the group?
For me, I feel like there were so many words being said, and it all feels so nice and sweet and amazing. So I don't have any more words to say. Anything to share with the group. I think that it's beautiful how the lighting community feels like a community. Doesn't only, like, we don't only say this as a word, we mean it. And I think not all industries have this. Maybe it's due to the fact that it's relatively new, and I think we really should keep it, because if it becomes like a competition environment, I don't think we would be sitting here and smiling at each other and really enjoying ourselves. So I think this softness and openness and curiosity is something that I really feel inspired with now, and that I think we should keep as a community.
Nice. And Anastasia, you're mentored by Barbara Horton, who is also like a legend, I would say, in the lighting industry. She's retired now, but she, like a few days ago, actually, we had this session with Anastasia and Barbara doing like the video. As all of the mentors and mentees know, that we have given you all the opportunity to narrate your journey in a way that we are going to be communicating in the process of the next 2 months online with the world. Some of you have selected PR opportunities and articles, and I see here Randy, I see people from ARC magazine, from Light Texture, like we have our partners. where they are going to be helping us to narrate those journeys. Then we have also a couple of people who are going to be sharing this virtually with the collage and different pictures. I think Valeria, you mentioned about a big mind map before with Paul. So I don't know if you're going to be planning to share this with us or something of that. But the general idea here is that we are asking you to have an opportunity to narrate your journey in a structured way. So Anastasia, we had this question with you, we had this video with you, and you shared something very big. That was your first goal throughout this journey. Obviously, this is going to be online in a few weeks, but I don't know if you would like to share it with the rest of the group here, because it was very inspiring for me. So just very briefly to say, what was your first question to Barbara? Yeah, that I think it's going to inspire other people as well. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for reminding me of that. So what Barbara picked up on when I was submitting the application was that I said that I want, as a result of this journey, if there is a result, I wanted to dare to call myself a lighting designer. And yes, I work as a lighting designer, but I work at a manufacturer company. So there are a lot of layers in my head that kind of cover this. I'm like, no, I'm not a real lighting designer. No, I'm not. I don't know this, blah, blah. So we were discussing it with Barbara a lot and figuring out some steps, like what am I lacking and what I can do in order to achieve this goal. And it sounds quite vague, but I think it's a very specific goal. And I know how it would feel when I would be able to call myself a lighting designer. So we shall see.
I think it's a big question which we all need to kind of go through, because it doesn't mean that when we finish the university we can just go there and call ourselves lighting designers. But it's like a very big topic, which is really nice. And I think with that, it's a great moment to open it to everyone. So we have prepared something here with Charlotte.